You really need a record label?
Listen.
We're at a record label, so it's a little strange asking this.
Listen. And I'm gonna keep it all the way funky with you. With social media and everything, to me, I take someone like, and I don't know his deal or anything, so don't quote me on this because this isn't, I'm just using this as an example because how hot he was independently. Let's say we take Chief Keef for example. Take someone such as Chief Keef, young kid, on fire. To me, I said the worst thing Chief Keef ever did was get record. That's just my opinion because, and I don't know the situation. I don't know how much money he got in front of any of that. I'm just saying, I don't know.
The story we heard was 6 million.
Okay, well, I mean, if he got 6 million, then it wasn't the worst thing that happened. Now, I'm saying as far as that 6 million going in his pocket and not being 6 million for everything, his budget and all that.
Yeah, I mean that's for his whole label, situation, group, whatever. Not
right. Yeah. Okay. Now, my point being is that you look at someone that's got a great social media following and everything. Dude is well up over 3-4 million views on his YouTube. A few times, independently.
Yeah.
You know, and this was all under a year that he was doing this. This isn't like videos that he's had up there for 2 or 3 years and they accumulated. This was like a year.
Also went to like 3 million in like a week or two.
Okay, so you look at that and then you say to yourself, in an era right now where it's so hard to sell records, then I look at Chief's following, it's more of a mixtape song type of following. Me, myself, I would have said, you know what? And it's just me knowing what I know now as Nelly. And then if I can go back and put myself Chief Keef, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, cool on the record deal. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put out singles. I'm going to strike my own deal with iTunes, and I'm just going to put out singles.
Records, contacting this, what? Hey, they wondering what's going on in the CEO mind, man. I'm gonna be honest with you, I'm gonna let you know what's going on in my mind, and it's really pissing me off, chat. Talking about fabricated numbers, man. I mean, fabricated numbers, man. I'm seeing fabricated numbers, man. And I'm seeing the money around in order to support the bank. I'm up here looking, you know what I'm saying? I'm seeing how they manipulate my numbers, throwing my numbers to this person and that person. You know what I'm saying? This shit just ain't right. Check. You know? Fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. We're talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all taking the phone, homie? I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. I'm that dick. Hey yo, you flip-flop, not hip-hop. I see you following trends, never a trendsetter. You just want more friends. It take money to make money, your shit just sad. That's why the game fucked up and you slow on my cash. Let a real artist in, put your money some other place, cause you're making it hard for our artists to circulate. You got thousands of followers, yeah, that's fine, but your shit computer generated, your ass is lying. Real, recognized, real, something you can't beat, or you would've jumped at a chance to collab with me. I'm tired of zombie ass wannabes knocking my chain. Yo, I'm a vet, not a follower. Get the fuck out the game. From Facebook to Twitter, now you chumps on the radio. Scoot over clip hanger while my nuts hang low. You pay for yours, mine come from grind. Yours last till the money gone, mine lasts a lifetime. Fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all making the fun, homie? I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all making the fun, homie? I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all making the fun, homie? I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all making the fun, homie? I'm that deal. Telling me what you heard instead of what you know. Be the reason why you losing and I stay getting dope. Fabricated numbers, damn, I can't lie. See you caught up in the hype, never asking the why. He He said, but I deal in fact. How the fuck a dog gon' be a duck and his mouth don't quack? You paid, you rich, killing the public with your lies. Should've been a politician with your phony disguise. Monkey see, monkey do, who the hell is you? Just another slave doing what the house niggas do. I'm tired of doing shows, seeing the same old shit. Rap about busting guns, selling cane and fucking chick. No disrespect to the real, but you know who I be. See, I'm the motherfucking truth, you should invest in me. They say believe what you see, and our eyes don't lie, but that equation's exempt, cause these rules apply. Fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all faking the funk, homie, I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all faking the funk, homie, I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all faking the funk, homie, I'm that deal. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't right. Everybody claim they own and they living their life. I'm talking fabricated numbers, man, that shit ain't real. Why y'all faking the funk, homie, I'm that deal, for real.
A week or two.
Okay, so you look at that and then you say to yourself, in an era right now where it's so hard to sell records, then I look at Chiefs keeps following. It's more of a mixtape song type of following. Me, myself, I would have said, you know what? And it's just me knowing what I know now as Nelly. And then if I can go back with myself Chief Keef, I'd be like, you know what? Okay, cool on the record deal. What I'm going to do, I'm just going to put out singles. I'm going to strike my own deal with iTunes, and I'm just going to put out singles. Why? Because if I put out an album, I might as well make it a mixtape, because you know, my era and they're not really buying albums anyway. You see what I'm saying? So I can just keep putting songs out in singles and keep touring off of singles. As long as my singles are selling and I'm getting radio airplay, I'm touring, I'm making money. Now, I done came in here, I done gave up this 360 deal, which I done gave up part of my publishing, part of my merchandise, part of my touring, and all of that for this cut of money, which I could have owned 100% of my merchandise, own 100% of my publishing, and own 1% of that. I may not have got all the money that I got up front, but I promise you in the next year or two, I would have made that money and still owned it.
And if you read books like Black Labor, White Wealth by Dr. Claude Anderson, he explains that if you go back 300 years, you will see that there was a very specific and deliberate effort to psychologically control black people, particularly black men. Even when Joe Louis was the heavyweight champion of the world, they had a long list of rules for him. Like you can't, you have to look down. You can't walk with your chest out and your head held up high. You can't stand over your opponent. You can't be seen in public with a white woman. Why would they make all those rules? Well, it's because they understand that if a black man truly embraces and understands his potential, he can become a tremendous threat to other people. And so to some extent, I think that the black man, I think we're loved and hated at the same time. They love us like the same way somebody loves a dog or a zookeeper loves the zoo animals, right? So you got this big lion or this big bear, and this big bear could literally crush the trainer like in one second. So you got to do everything you can to let the bear know who's boss.